Player number 4725, Chance
Bateman. He gives it off to Bateman, who drills the ball along the ground for a goal. Has just about been the most influential out there.
What a fantastic finish. Chance Bateman has elevated this team.
Reckon you'll like it?
Yes. Wow, thank you. So cool. Wow. Oh my gosh. It's real. This project came about from Chance Bateman, and he messaged me and asked if I would be willing to paint his story about representing the club. Yeah, there's a lot of different elements in this design. There's the hawk, which is the focal part of the design. We've got a map of different states where Indigenous players that have represented Hawthorn have come from. At the top, we have all of the supporters in the community. And then we have the Balladong map of Balladong Noongar country. That's his connection and my connection to Hawthorn. Lots of rings, and each ring represents a year that he represented the club. I'm very excited for Chance to see the jumper. I think it's, yeah, if he gives his big tick of approval, that'll just be like, that'll be amazing. So yeah, I'm very excited for him to see it. How are you? Good, nice to see you. Ready? Wow.
That is unreal. I love it. You've done an amazing job. That's yeah, that is something else. Thank you.
Aww.
I'm actually a little bit emotional about
Yeah,
it.
it does actually. It's a lot of work when you do this. Thank you.
That's unreal. I said before, it's such a huge honour to have the club ask if I wanted to be involved in this process. So to see the boys run out with it will just be an amazing day. It'll be something that not only me but for everyone that's been involved in my journeys. When I talk of home, and I'm sure I'm not too dissimilar to a lot of First Nations players, when you speak of home, it sort of encapsulates everything. It's family, connection to community. You know, my whole football background in my junior days was there in York. Small country town, one of those places where everyone sort of knows everyone. I think the population sort of fluctuates a little bit between sort of 4,000 and 4,500 people.
Can we be expecting a statue up there anytime soon?
No, I don't think so. No, I've been advocating for it, but no one's listening.
You want to play footy one day?
Who for?
Good answer.
Chance Bateman.
I guess I was probably a little bit naive and raw, being from York, and I didn't quite understand everything that was going on. It was all moving really quickly, and I got asked to go to the the combine, the National Draft Combine, which was back when I got drafted. It was in Canberra, and myself and Leon Davis, who played at Perth as well, he got invited to draft camp as well, and we both declined. We didn't get on the plane, and then I'd already had a manager at that time, and he rang up and he's like, "What are you doing, mate? You're supposed to be on the plane." And because I didn't realise what all that was about, didn't know whether I needed to be there or not, so we ended up flying over a day or two later than all the other WA boys. And I hadn't really gone for a run or kicked a footy since the end of the season, and I'm not sure if my poor performances at draft camp maybe made me slip down the draft order or not, but I still consider myself extremely fortunate to get picked up at all. But I remember my name getting called out at pick 48 by the Hawks, and it was a mix of just relief. I was so nervous about possibly going through the draft and not getting picked up, to sort of your dream being realised, and it was just a huge relief. And then straight away there was, I got really emotional or a little bit sad realising that I'd have to go from York, where I was still living at the time, to one of the biggest cities in Australia. So that was, even though the memories are happy ones, I knew that within a week I'd be on the other side of the country, and what that meant for me and my family, excitement, but also a little bit of sadness.
Now McCabe, up to half forward. Bateman, good mark, plays on. Chance Bateman, his first goal in AFL football. Thank you very much.
I think we'll go up to Mount Brown. There's a lookout up there where you can sort of see the whole town from that vantage point. And then we'll go see Mum and Dad. They still live in York. Give them a look at the Guernsey. I'm sure they'll be absolutely wrapped with that.
Do you think your children understand your significance in the brown and gold?
Nah, not yet. Nah, they're too young. So the brainwashing will probably start in a couple of years. Was it cool seeing Dad on the screen? Did you like it?
Was it cool?
I want to watch Minecraft.
You want to watch Minecraft? It was always a dream to play AFL footy. It's something I thought about since I was, 5, 6, 7 years of age. And then growing up, it's pretty much been the only thing I ever wanted to do. But to go from here over to Melbourne, one of the biggest cities in the country, and represent one of the biggest footy clubs, it's just a dream come true. Yeah. All right then. Should be up in 5. Yeah. We're going to present the two boys with the Hawks First Nations Guernsey, designed based off my story. So it's going to be a really special moment. I'm not sure whether the boys will fully sort of comprehend the significance of it at their age, but I'm sure as they get older and they look back on this moment, they'll be extremely proud. Just walk, son. Don't fall over. I'll just show you this really special jumper. This is the Hawks Aboriginal or First Nations Guernsey, and they've done the design based off Dad's story of how I used to play there. Do you want to have a look?
Yes.
You want to hold this one up, Lexi? And have a look at it. Open it up.
Something isn't.
There's a tag on it.
Kind of looks like.
That's a hawk.
No, it's really there.
Oh, the spots. Yeah, you're right. Go get some photos.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you can find our house?
No.
You'll be all right? I'll stand in the middle. Where do you want to be? Over this way? On this rock. Big smiles. The time is a little bit of a blur, but it was in 2001, and I'm sure that it was either sort of just after maybe the mid-season, getting towards the finals, and for whatever reason, we'd had a camp, and I'm sure it was down in Anglesey or somewhere like that. Someone came and found me. I noticed there was some urgency around them getting a hold of me, and they told me I needed to ring back home. And it was my older sister Tammy, who was on the phone, and she told me that Candy had been in a train accident, which just completely rocked me hearing that news. And then she told me that she'd actually passed, which was just, the circumstances around it were just, just horrible to have to go through that. When I was back here, I'd lost my way a little bit. I wasn't concerned about footy at all. I had my older brother and our mates that, even though they probably thought they were being there for us and supporting us, we were just, we'd drink every day, and I'd be doing that just to try and forget, which or sort of numb the pain, which is something that I think young men that don't really know how to deal with that type of emotion can often do. And it wasn't until my mum actually pulled me aside and said to me that Candy wouldn't want me sort of pissing away the opportunity that I'd worked so hard for and dreamed of. That was just a real sort of kick in the arse that I needed. Mum sort of wanted me to get back to Melbourne and pick up on my career that had taken a bit of a pause over 3 or 4 weeks because of what had happened. So after the funeral, I went back over there and started getting back into training and playing again. There were a core group of guys at the footy club during that time that really did help me through that extremely dark time, and that's why when I look back at my time at the Hawks, there's been the highest of highs in terms of a premiership, and you get to share that with your mates. But footy clubs are wonderful places because when you go through something as tragic as that, you also have those people that are there for you and help you through those times. So without the footy club, I'm not sure how I would have got through that time in my life. This is the house I grew up in, just at the end of the main street. Police station over the road. It was obviously close enough that we could just walk everywhere. I used to walk from here to school most days and back home again. So yeah, this is where I grew up. My brother, 3 sisters, 2 older, 1 younger. We're all in here. So this is home.
How are you, mate?
That's JB. Yeah. So Dad, this is the Guernsey. That's me up here.
Beautiful.
And that area there is York, so where I grew up, where we're from. Yeah, so they'll be wearing that in Sir Doug Nicholls Round.
Unreal.
We'd have under 16s on the Saturday and then go up. This is when I was, top age 16. Then go up and you'd be picked for the league, but the reserves would be so short that they'd want some players to play 2 games, so they get the youngest blokes to play 2 games.
So I love playing football.
Had your son covered?
No, I tell you, pretty good.
Yeah, covered. Yeah, covered.
They all say that.
I do. Yeah.
One bloke that I could have played, I would have better football than Chance, but I did this is having the cutout one night. And I said, mate, you're sharing shit. You play B grade for you.
This is probably one of my favourite trophies. When I played in the Aboriginal All-Stars game in 2003, got voted best on ground for the All-Stars side. So yeah, that one's pretty special to me for obvious reasons. Dad's got his darts trophies in there. And a lot of other stuff like the junior footy trophies and whatnot. I'm not sure. How old would that be, Dad?
13?
Yeah, probably around 12, 13, 14, somewhere around there. It's an old York school photo. So Mum just lives there. It's literally across the road. So yeah, we'll pop over there. Mum's home, and I'm sure she'll be really pumped to see the jumper as well. This is the Hawks 2024 First Nations Guernsey, and it's based on my story and my career there. Through the inside, but on the back tells the story of my career. The 13 circles, they represent the 13 seasons that I was at the Hawks. Oh, it's unreal. I know how proud they are of me and my career, and they've both put in so much work and made so much sacrifices for me as a young footballer trying to sort of make my way. So they've always been extremely proud of what I've been able to achieve. So this will be extra special for them, and to see their reactions and to know how special it is yeah, really special for me as well. I can't remember the last time I was out here. It'd have to be over 10 years, but even I hopped in a cab and got a cab on the way out here, and just driving back in the entrance and seeing the grandstand just brought back a lot of really fond memories. I haven't gone up to say hello yet, but obviously noticed Mitch over there running training, and then Andrew Lambert, Bart, who's the physio, Peter Burge, who was around when Andrew Russell was in charge and giving him some help. So yeah, a lot of familiar faces. Cool. A lot of it's still the same. This warm-up area, a lot of footies getting kicked around. You know, at targets or at people. The entrance is a bit different. Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, this brings back some memories. The old locker, I won't look in it. I had Cork early on, got to sit next to one of the greats, and then had Sean Burgoyne come in, one of my favourite players of all time, and Clinton Young, Dasher, so two great blokes. Heaps. How are you, mate? It's good to see you. How are you?
You look so different.
Yeah, I know.
This bloke was one of the fastest we ever had at Hawthorn.
How's the museum looking?
Well, we've actually put one because of our love affair.
Yeah.
We actually put one of your Guernseys in there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, museum, campfire photos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Unreal.
There he is.
Oh, you've done well.
You did look pretty good, Joe. You seen your...
My dreadlock? No.
You can't get away from
Oh,
it.
yeah. That's right. Hello, mate. You doing any work or what? Hey, how are you, mate? You going well?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. You good?
This young man came 3 or 4 years after I retired. Alright, but I remember recruiting this young man into the footy club as a Hawthorn fan. I remember he had tragedy in his life very early. And this young man experienced death of his sister at a really young age. I remember it. And then I was interested to see how he'd go. I saw in his stats that he debuted in 2000, but what I really liked about his football journey of Chance was it took him quite a few years to get his body right, maybe quite a few years to get his professionalism right. But God, when he got it right, it made an impact. In 2003/2004, I come back as a coach, so I get a chance to know the young man. And wow, great person. Huge. 2006 becomes a significant footballer for us. But this man is genuinely one of the hardest footballers to play in our jumper. And so brave the way he played. I think you see he played 177 games as a 2008 Premiership player. I only spent 2 years with him and he made an impact. Every time I see him, I just want to hug him. Because he's a great man. But I didn't have, there's 4 guys that got to know him really well, no more than our coach. Coach, what was he like as a teammate?
I think there's lots of the leaders of that era are sort of spoken about a lot, but if you ask any of them, whoever had the last word, it was always Chance. So he spoke the least, but as soon as he went, we'd all be discussing this, we'll do this, and he wouldn't say anything. But when he did, well, yeah, okay, we'll do that then. It was just whatever he said went all the time, and I think he rounded out the group, and I think early days, he'd be the first to say professionalism and all that, hadn't quite worked it out, but once he did, had a lot of hamstring issues. Once he worked it out, he wasn't, I remember talking about him after he retired and talk about him as a First Nations player, and I'm really proud in that way, but he was more than just a leader for that group. He was a leader for all of us. And I think what we had when he was playing at his best was he was an outside winger, but he was ruthless and had a brutality about the way he played. And I think he made all of us a bit like, we're okay, Chance is in our corner, he's okay. He never wanted to do boxing and stuff against him back in those days, that's for sure. Off the field, there was such a gentle soul feeling about him, and I think not too dissimilar to Punky in the way that had this nurturing feel of everyone around him walk a bit taller. I always felt a bit safer knowing Chance was on my side, that's for sure.
Spoke about an interesting stat. He's our longest serving Western Australian Hawthorn player. From whether it's come from Western Australia to Hawthorn, 13 years at our footy club. Let's welcome back Chance Bateman.
Yeah, I mean, to get welcomed back into a place when you've been away from there for so long is it really does. It warms the heart. And now that I've got young kids, it's so great to see that they've been welcomed into the club as well and been a part of some things that not a lot of other kids get the opportunity to do. When I saw them run through the banner with their jumpers on, I think that was last year, it was a little bit emotional for me and the wife. So they're really special moments that I hold really closely to my heart. What's next for me? I actually I really love what I do now. Like I said, that the opportunity to help sort of mentor and support and help shape a player's career, not only on field but off field's something that I'm really passionate about, especially the First Nations players who I work with. I'd love to say that I'm going to be still involved in the AFL industry, doing the things that I'm passionate about, which is doing whatever I can to impact on my community.
The Chance Bateman, excellent grab. Held it long enough.
Done, Pettigrew.
Oh, look at the second effort though from Bateman. Kick is a pretty good kick. Bateman's he's come down with it. Chance Bateman with some room to move. Nice off the boot from Chance Bateman. In his 100th game, he gets the goal.
Comes out wide. Bateman waits.
I feel really blessed that I was able to contribute in those years, and kicking the first goal in the grand final was just unbelievable. It was. I remember it being such a warm day. We were massive underdogs, and even though Geelong were easily the best team that year, we'd had such a great final series, and to cap it off in that 2008 grand final was just an unreal feeling. I felt like I'd been given so much opportunity. I'd met so many wonderful people, not just the players but the staff, coaches. You develop relationships and friendships that will last a lifetime. When the time was up, you sort of got to realise that that's your time to go, and as hard as that is, you realise you've been really fortunate. Really sad that it had all come to an end, but every player goes through it, and you just hope that the footy club's left in a better place than when you arrived.
Number 10, Chance Bateman.
You know, probably the hardest part of saying goodbye is saying goodbye to my teammates. We're just a super bunch of blokes, and I'll miss our time together so much. It means so much to me. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to play at this club. Thank you very much.